Finally found out that my girlfriend of 10 plus years and fiance of 4 years has been cheating on me for the last 3 years, after deciding to put all of our money into purchasing a house. Yesterday morning, a guy 5 years my junior 30 emerged screaming in my driveway. I step outside to find my fiance, and this guy who claims to be surprised that the lady he's been seeing for 3 years has a home, a dog, and a boyfriend. While I was outside with the two of them, he went after talking his bit. I've been with my partner for 10 years. We've been through ups and downs, and we got engaged while I was away at graduate school. When I returned to live with her, I noticed a difference. We simply weren't as close as we used to be and didn't have the same level of closeness. But they agreed to work on it together. Things improved, and we finally decided against having a wedding. We wanted to purchase a home with the money we had saved and that our family would be giving us. After a year of living in the home and her years of arguing with me about allowing her to be independent and have evenings out with her friends, I discover she's had a connection with this other man. For many years, I'm at a loss for what to do since our lives are so entwined and we have this great home in both of our names. And a fantastic dog. She hasn't refuted anything and seems to have told me the truth about this man. That he filled a hole in her life that I couldn't. She did it because she wanted to feel loved again, and it had something to do with her wanting to feel youthful again. I suppose our position was too much for her, and she wanted to feel like she was back in college or something. That's not very fair to me. She said that she wants us to work together, but I can't get the picture of her and this lie out of my brain. I adore our lives, our family, and our home, but I'm not sure I'll ever be able to love her again. Update 1. After hearing the news, I decided to spend the weekend apart from her. I confided in several friends who offered me some sound counsel, but essentially warned me not to make any premature judgments one way or the other. It's okay to have these feelings, but don't let them dictate your life or demand solutions. I know my girlfriend treated me like a jerk, but I don't despise her or wish her dead. I know it sounds strange, and it may be a sign that I'm losing my feelings for her, but I don't want her to die on a street corner. All I want is honesty, and I want us to be honest with ourselves. First and foremost, I want the confidence to make an honest choice for myself. We've discussed a lot in the previous several days and battled over her justification for doing what she did. It is unjustifiable, but it did reveal what was wrong between us. This week, I'm seeing a separate independent therapist as well as a couple therapist with her. But this week, I took the day off and told her I was going to the beach. I felt we needed some space to process our feelings and regain our composure. She's been hitting me with remorse about the things I've done to her over the years, and although some of it is true, I believe she needs to look in the mirror. I've also seen that she's more protective about her activities and afraid of losing the home to me and being dubbed the one who cheated than I am as the one whose life has been flipped upside down. That is telling. So this week I'm entrusting her with all of my regular obligations, things she doesn't comprehend about what I do around the home. I know you're all ready to take out your pitchforks and demand that I dump her and make a big deal out of it, but that's just not how I roll. I'd rather make a smart choice and then feel good about it. And if I have to leave her the way I did, it will be because I have grown as a person as a result of her heinous behavior. And she'll be upset when she sees the person she might have been with. But I'm not quite there yet. I'm still shell-shocked. Update 2. In the previous month or two, a great deal has transpired, and the therapy has been really useful. My ex-fiancée and I came to the conclusion that she needed to relocate to a new apartment and that we needed to end our relationship completely. We've apparently been seeing separate therapists and have agreed not to speak for at least a month as a result of our relationship. That period of time has been set out for me. I've realized that having constant contact with her and reliving past events and disagreements with her does not help at all and really makes me feel worse, so I'm avoiding it until I feel better about everything. If I ever have the opportunity. This period of time after my last update has sent me into the worst depression I've ever experienced in my life. However, I believe it has the potential to be advantageous. In addition to exercising and going on dates, I've been growing more aware of who I am and what I want/need in life as well as in a partner. In a long-term relationship that matures slowly And when you come from a family with a history of infidelity, you tend to accept it as normal. And it has been the crux of my problems. No, I'm not sure what a normal relationship is or what it may be like. So talking to others who have no prior experience with anything like this and have no understanding of our situation has been useful because it has let me see how twisted our lives were and how screwed up what she did was as a result of her actions. I also recently got in touch with the individual who, like me, seemed to be completely oblivious of the issue. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. I wanted some clarity on a few of items, as well as confirmation that she had seen him since D-Day, so I contacted her directly. The attempts to revive our relationship have been made by my ex, but I have no intention of doing so. What will happen over the following several months is that I will buy her out of our house and gradually relocate her somewhere with me. Following the signing of the documents and the continuation of my life, I'll most likely provide another final update on this. But I wanted to express my gratitude to everyone who has shown support for me on this site or in private messages. Without going through it, there is no way to properly prepare for or comprehend it, and I'm still going through it at the present time. I get recurring nightmares and feel quite exhausted and gloomy at times. Nonetheless, it is conceivable to feel hopeful, if not downright pleased about the future, and I am seeing indicators of this right now. I want to advise anybody else who is going through a similar scenario to do all in their power to get away from it as soon as possible. Keep your distance from the individual who had the affair, since they are toxic and will make you feel miserable. But keep in mind that you are not the one who is suffering. Make a commitment to yourself to engage in activities such as going out with friends or taking a trip. To keep your mind busy. Broken Open by Elizabeth Lesser, which was recommended to me by my therapist, was a book that I found to be quite beneficial to my recovery. Story 2. In March, my wife cheated on me, and it still hurts every day. We started having issues around the beginning of January. She felt she needed some space to find out who she was, so she relocated in February. She was dismissed from her job only a few days before she moved out, and I spent every spare moment from then until D-Day doing all I could to put her at ease. A lot of our troubles are things that she started thinking in her own thoughts. She persuaded herself that I didn't help around the home and didn't pay expenses. I always divided the costs 50/50 or attempted to shoulder the most of the burden myself. Because she was the woman I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, I treated her as if she were the woman I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I did all in my power to propel her ahead, to hoist her up, and to begin providing her with the life she desired. When she moved out, she started sending me contradictory signals. She wanted to work on things but didn't always act like it. 2 days before D-Day, she started talking about moving back in with him in a month or two. I was at work on D-Day, having just finished my first task of the day. I opened my phone and saw that I got a Snapchat and a text from her that said, "And ignore that." When I opened Snapchat, there was a photo of a random man putting his trousers back on with the message, "Girl, when I say he's hung, he's hung. We've been over, we both know that," she said in her following text. I've been hurt and perplexed ever since. I'm coping with the process of moving on, but my heart hurts on a regular basis. I still want to be in love with her. I'm still interested in becoming her guy. I know I shouldn't and that I'd be better off without her. It's been quite tough to move over anything. I try not to think about that image, but it follows me around. When I think of Boo, my mind wanders there at times. It simply hurts so much. I apologize for the lengthy article and thank you for reading and listening. Edit. It has truly helped me focus on the future and what I need to do to improve myself. I no longer provide financial support for her. I stopped when D-Day happened. I no longer communicate with her. I'm trying hard to improve myself and move on. Thank you all once again.